Hi everyone. I I've got something else to talk about today. It's about relationships. You know, man, woman relationships, single guys wanting to get married so they can have one of these and all that kind of thing. Now let's talk guys and girls. Well, today we're going to talk about unrealistic expectations. Okay, and okay, how do I put it? Okay, we you want to get married. Okay, and you've had this dream. If you're a girl, a little girl, you had this dream of meeting this guy that would love you, more than life itself and all of that fairy tale stuff, and that would come riding on his horse, your knight in shining armor and all that. And you now meet guys and none of them actually meets that ideal. Well, that's because it's a fairy tale, it's a story. Okay, the reality is a lot much it's much less exciting than that. Okay, you have the expectation of a perfect guy. He doesn't exist. And for the guys, you have this impression that you're going to meet this one woman that is beautiful to your eyes and she's so loving. She has the best figure ever and her behavior is so supportive, so loving. She's just, oh, all that you've dreamed about. Reality check doesn't quite work that way either. I think something that we all forget is that we all come from, families. You've got siblings, cousins, and we forget that in growing up, you had your clashes, you know. So for those that wanted to get married, look, there's one thing I just usually say that if you're looking for whatever you're looking for in a wife, be very clear about it, guys. Be very clear about what you're looking for. Be very clear about what you can and cannot handle, what you can and cannot tolerate. Be very clear about that. Okay, so that when you see what you're looking for, when you're praying about what you're looking for and who you're looking for, when you meet them, you will recognize them. So be very clear about that. Don't pretend to yourself. Okay, so usually what I say when I'm counseling is this: if you have, if you meet a lady and you're involved with somebody and you find that 60% of what you're looking for in a wife, in your ideal wife, 60% you have that in her, and the remaining 40%. Okay, now let me reverse that. 90% of what you're looking for, you can find that in the person. The 10% that you don't like, you can't tolerate it. You really can't tolerate it. So that is a bad deal because that 10% is what will end up causing you to divorce. That's the 10% that will cause a lot of heartache and pain in that marriage. However, if you have 60% what you're looking for in that person and the 40% is within your capacity to handle. I mean, when all the because we all have negative bits and pieces in our character. Our own traits, the 40% of her traits are things that you don't even see as a big deal. You got a good deal there because you are designed and you're wired to be able to handle the 40% of her inadequacies or traits that make other people get very upset. But for you, you're already wired to handle it, so it doesn't mean anything to you. It doesn't trigger you or get you all mad. And the same thing for the ladies. 90% of what you're looking for in your ideal man, you find the 10% is that thing that your system cannot take. Somebody else can handle it. Another chick, another lady finds that 10%. Okay, she can easily accommodate, but you can't tolerate it. Please, I beg you in the name above all names, do not get into that marriage. Because that's the one thing that will end up breaking it at the end of the day. So, guys, ladies, be clear about what you can tolerate and be true to yourself. You're wired, everybody's wired differently. There's stuff that I can handle, my friends cannot take them. And there's stuff that my friends can take, I can't accommodate them. And therefore, that's why you find the person that you can live with. Now, the thing I was going to say about families, we all come from homes where you've got siblings, so you quarrel, but you settle. So I find it hard to understand when people tell me that okay, they get married and they don't understand why they have maybe quarrels or arguments and disagreements, and you can't make up. I find it hard to understand. Aren't you come from a family? Your siblings, you quarrel, you make up, and you move on. Your family, your family. So the same thing applies. You need to be able to forgive and don't expect that anybody's perfect because you're not perfect either. You're not perfect in every way. You're fantastic at some things, and some other things you're really atrocious. And the same thing with the other person. So you need to be able to live with, be true to who you are. Be true to yourself. Know who you are, know what you can handle, and don't settle for just anything because maybe they tell you, okay, time, you should have gotten married already and all that, bloody, 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 blah. No, 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 no. Make sure that whatever it is that you're signing up for, when you sign and say, I do, thou shalt surely do. Solomon Alter here.